With the Starfleet coup all but defeated, Admiral Layton would face having to surrender the Federation homeworld of Earth to the UFP loyalists. However, General Martok, being recently replaced by a changeling infiltrator, would seize upon this moment and come to the rescue of the Starfleet coup. It is reasonable to assume that he would claim that the leadership of the UFP loyalists would have been killed and replaced by changeling infiltrators. Furthermore, claiming that the Cardassians had suffered the same fate when the Datapa Council overthrew the reigning government. Using this as justification, he would lead a liberation front into the Federation to assist Starfleet. He would continue the advance and invade Cardassian space itself. In the Prime Universe, 1/3 of the Klingon Navy was used to invade Cardassia, with the rest providing hit-and-run attacks into Federation space or defending the Klingon territory. It is likely that a similar plan would be instituted. During the period of Deep Space Nine, Starfleet technology had surpassed its Klingon counterpart. With this understanding, the most reasonable plan would have been to have a third of the fleet invade Cardassian territory like we see in the Prime Universe. Another third would then provide hit-and-run attacks on the UFP loyalists to keep them off balance, and the rest would be used to defend the borders of the Klingon territory. With the Klingons providing hit-and-run attacks, control of major shipyards, providing superior ships, and repair facilities, the Starfleet insurrection could again push back the UFP loyalists. A line of attrition would be formed, but the defeat of the UFP loyalists would be all but certain. It is important to remember that the Dominion had a multi-pronged plan for disrupting the Alpha Quadrant. They did not just want to destabilize the Alpha Quadrant powers through constant war, but also create seeds of dissent between them.
This is exactly what the Founders want. Klingon against Cardassian. Federation against Klingon. The more we fight each other, the weaker we'll get and the less chance we have against the Dominion.
A militarized Federation that overthrew their own democratic leaders would have much less clout among their peers than a more peaceful and diplomatic Federation of planets. The Dominion would attempt to trick Odo into believing that Gowron was a changeling, thereby forcing the UFP loyalists to stage an attack to show him to be the infiltrator. If the Dominion trick had succeeded, the UFP loyalists would have lost all clout within the quadrant. The uncovering of Martok as the true changeling would have the exact opposite effect, realizing the Klingons had been manipulated, and that a changeling infiltrator had pushed for the Starfleet coup would destroy any credibility Layton would have had. Admiral Layton would have lost the support of most all of the Starfleet officers, and the President and Federation Council would have been restored. Gowron, like in the Prime timeline, would cede territories of the Federation, but not the Cardassian Union. Fearing that if he admitted the attack on Cardassia had all been orchestrated by the Dominion, Gowron would have claimed that the war with the Cardassians was still legitimate and hold their territory. This of course would have allowed Dukat to make a deal with the Dominion, and the Prime timeline would have continued from here. The reorganization and diminishing of the Starfleet Admiralty by the restored civilian government would be all but assured. However, the Dominion War would have guaranteed that Starfleet continued to operate as a militaristic entity. In this timeline, the Dominion War would see the Federation with far less ships and men. However, the jump in offensive military technology would have helped even the odds. Ultimately, the war still would have been won, as the heroes of Deep Space Nine had more than just ships helping them defeat the Dominion. It is even possible that after the war, many would attribute Admiral Layton's initiative in creating more advanced technologies to why the Alpha Quadrant ultimately won. No one can ever really know how events would have turned out. This is just one theory of an infinite number. What do you guys think would have happened? Let us know in the comments below. And subscribe, as the next video will conclude this series with the long-lasting impact of the Admiral Layton coup.